One of my favorite types of videos to watch on YouTube is the bag dump, and I was excited when I saw Chad Brooks from Productive Pastor make his own pastor's bag dump video and challenge other people to do it. I never thought that I would make one until I realized that my bag is unique tech-wise because I think I'm the only person on the planet who's a pastor and doesn't use Apple products. So I thought I would offer what I use here. And so we'll start with my bag. This is a satchel I bought off of Amazon. I'll look up what it was, and if it's still available, I'll put it in the video links. Enjoy this bag. I bought it maybe May of 2020. Didn't take it out of the house until maybe July of 2020 when the first coffee shop around us finally opened up. But generally speaking, I keep this at work, so I don't work too much at home in the evenings. But I don't use the contents of this bag on a daily basis all that much. I have a pretty decent Ryzen 7 PC with a very good GPU in it that does the video transcoding heavy work for me. When I make videos, I use that. It's my Logos computer. Well, so is the computer in here, but I do all my sermon prep in Logos, and I have a dual monitor setup. I don't need to use my laptop as my office PC, which is nice because I keep this packed, and I live 20 miles from the nearest hospitals. But really the hospitals most people end up at are an hour away in the largest city near me. And so often when I go on hospital visits, it's nice to pull off on the way home, stop at a coffee shop, work for a couple of hours just to be in a different location. You know, change of scenery really helps productivity many times. And so that's primarily what I use the bag for. Or when I go along often on our youth trips, or when my family's out of town, I'm able to work anywhere with what I have in here. So this satchel is very nice. I'm glad I purchased it. Way better than the backpack bag or the backpack I had for my laptop previously. You'll notice there's two compartments in the front, and there's a zippered pocket in the middle, and then a zipper on the back. I did have a problem with the zipper on this for a while, and the problem has seemed to remedy itself. As you can see, it opens right up. There's a spot for your laptop and other stuff, and then another little pocket there for putting other things, and a couple small pockets, which I'll get to what I have in there. But to start off, I'll start with what I have on the back zippered pocket. All I really have in there of any consequence is this SSD. When I got the PC in my office, it only had 128 gigabytes on the SSD. And so I got an enclosure when I changed that out. And I rarely use this, but made good use of the SSD that is in there. For the record, I was given this PC. I'll never, ever buy a pre-made PC ever again. I hadn't bought one in probably 20 years. I've made all my own before. I'll never do it again. This Dell, it's a good computer, but it's not as good as it could be, and I can't upgrade it. It's rather frustrating. Obviously, I can upgrade it to some degree because I put a different GPU in and I took the SSD out, but you understand what I mean. Upgrading the processor, Dell will not upgrade the BIOS to the motherboard, so I can't put the next version of the Ryzen CPU into it. Very frustrating. I'm ready to do that, but I got to basically start from scratch. So that's the first thing tech-wise that I have in there. Then I also keep some gel pens in there. I love these new Sharpie gel pens. They're great to have on hand. I don't do much writing by hand, but sometimes you need to. The other thing I have in there, I always have a Atkins bar of some kind. I do intermittent fasting, and sometimes when I'm out and about, I run into my time where I'm going to stop eating and I don't have any place I can go. So I always have something in my bag just in case I need to eat before my time for eating is up for the day. Then inside the bag, I'll start with what my PC is before I look at the other stuff. This is an Asus laptop. It's a mid-range Ryzen 5. Very good. It runs Logos almost as well as my Ryzen 7 in my office. Good computer. There's one thing I really don't like about it. You have to have a proprietary charger. My next laptop, I would probably go mid-range again, just because I don't need the high end. But I will get one that charges via power delivery. I don't want to have an extra charger that I have to carry around. I have a Logitech mouse, and the reason for this is I have rather large hands, and my hand cramps when I use a touchpad. That's always been the case. And my hand cramps when I use smaller mouses, and so I have a full-size wireless Logitech mouse that I use with my laptop. I also have in the bag, obviously, the proprietary charger. Gets back to next time it'll be power delivery. Along those lines, I have this awesome Anker power strip. Notice that it has 3 spots to plug in, and on the top it has 2 USB-A and 1 USB-C power delivery. I have a better one than this, but my kids used it for something and I couldn't find it, so I've been keeping this one in there. That one's a little bit better because it's flatter, fits in the bag a little bit better, but this one works. It's nice for being on the go. It has everything in it. Then I also have in there, that same pocket, this battery pack. Love this battery pack. I think it's 10,000. Charges via power delivery, so it charges fast. This is an in and an out, so it's fast charging. It charges fast, it kicks the power out fast, and it has USB-A, so you can use it for a few different things. Great little battery pack from Anker. Then I have something else that I haven't seen anybody else have, which I thought was rather interesting. I got this at Best Buy of all places. This is screen cleaner, and it keeps in there. You put the microfiber cloth on top of it, and it's got vents. It's just nice for cleaning assorted things, and it fits in not very much space in your laptop bag, so it's a nice thing to have. I find myself using it quite often. As I said, I do write some, so I have this cheap notebook I got at the Walmarts to write in if I need to write, but I don't know the last time I honestly used it. Don't write much by hand. Then I have this. So a lot of people have these. It's a Bag Smart bag. But what I have in there is I have a USB-C, A to USB-C. That's a short one. And then in case I need it to be longer, I have a USB extension cable. I also have a rather long USB-C to USB-C short one. Then I also have a USB-C hub. Not because I initially use that many USB devices, but you never know when you might need one. And it also has an Ethernet port on it. I think we've all been in a hotel where the Wi-Fi is questionable and there sits an Ethernet jack on the wall. Why not use it? So I have an Ethernet cable as well. And then what the kids these days call an aux cable. Never know when you might need it. Then in this little compartment, I have a fancy screen cleaner. I got it at a Reformed Forum conference, I think in 2018. It was free, Mid-America Reformed Seminary. So I keep that in there just in case my other one is wet and I don't want to use it or whatever. I just keep it around because it doesn't take up much space. Then I also have a flash drive that is USB-A and USB-C that I can use with my Samsung phone or my tablet. Usually I do everything via OneDrive because with our Microsoft Office subscription, we have a terabyte. So usually I just do everything over OneDrive, but you never know when you might need to share something with somebody. So I have that available. And then this is a little bit unique. I haven't seen anybody with this. This is a Bluetooth adapter. It's very small. I got it for like $8 at Walmart. It's very handy to have around. Sometimes you may be in a car or you may be someplace where you want to do audio, and instead of having a USB-C to 1/8-inch jack, I find this to be easier. I plug this in. It takes a micro USB plug on it, and I just connect my phone via Bluetooth, and then I can do the same thing and walk around the room and be able to still connect the audio. That is nice to have. And so I also have a short USB-A to micro B cable for that. Not worth showing you. You've seen a million of them. Then I also have in here my earbuds. These are Soundcore Liberty Air 2 Pro, noise canceling, great headphones. Very happy with them. They have fast charging. They have wireless charging. They cover up most of the stuff wherever I go. They're not the best noise canceling, but good enough for what I do. So those are my earbuds. And then one of the other things I keep in my bag is my newest Kindle Paperwhite. I bought it because it had USB-C charging and I didn't want to have to mess with it. I like the idea of fast charging because the battery lasts forever on these things. And so if you can fast charge it, all the better. But I found out that this also has a much better processor in it. This is easily the best e-ink Kindle I have ever owned. It is fantastic. The highlighting is so much better. It's fantastic. I love this thing. As you can see behind me, I do prefer paper books, but there's something about this and being able to highlight what I'm reading that I just absolutely love. I transfer my notes over to Evernote so I can search them. Also, the other thing about this that I love is for my Bible study, I do repeated reading. And for the most part, I would say if I read what I'm reading for that month, if I read it 20, 25 times, I read it probably 15 in the ESV. But it's nice to have other versions to go and look at. So I have almost every Bible translation that I enjoy reading on here. So that's easier to carry around than my big physical large print ESV. And so this is great for reading and studying. Again, prefer printed Bible, prefer printed books, but this is just too awesome to not have. Then my tablet, which will be the last thing I guess I show you. I usually take this with me just simply because I like to be able to highlight in Logos. And if I'm doing sermon prep and I have some sermon illustration books in Logos as well. So it's nice to be able to use this. This is the Galaxy Tab 5 SE. I love this tablet. I cannot tell you how awesome it is. It's so thin. It's light. I use this during the service, so I have my full liturgy, my full sermon. Well, I preach from Logos off of here, but everything is on this tablet, and it's so easy to carry. And with my big hands, I can palm it. It's just fantastic to have. It's dark. It doesn't have any I don't think anybody can read that it says Samsung on it. It's just nice. It doesn't draw attention to itself. It's quick. The screen is clear and bright. I love this tablet, but I don't do much reading off of it unless I'm like researching a particular passage or reading from a commentary that I have in Logos, because my eyes, I don't know if I'm old or what, I just cannot do much reading on a tablet. So that finishes up what I have in my bag. If anyone else is like me and uses Samsung, Android, and Windows, I hope you appreciated seeing somebody else who does. Also, if anyone is interested maybe in what Android apps I use on a regular basis to do my work, I'd be willing to make a video about that if you are. So let me know what you think. I'll have links for what I displayed here below. Thanks for watching.